done with this. Done with this crap. My ears are bleeding and I'm just done with it. Well, you know what? I actually forgot to join the voice channel here on Discord, so let me go ahead and fix that. Yeah, honestly, I'd say the people who are the most in trouble are the ones who have done well historically. So let's go ahead and see how the players are doing. No, JK, not the players. I don't want to check in on the players. Let's check in on the game. So everybody, I have been banned from choosing another game this round. Thus, let's go ahead and welcome on in our GM for today, Corndan. Corndan the Boyd. Hey, he is a Boyd, and he is here to spread the void.
Damn straight you're banned.
Oh, I'm just banned from DOS. I think that's the biggest thing.
From everything.
No, can I
if you don't cooperate, I'm gonna ban you from Phasma, whatever.
You're gonna ban me from Ghosty Game?
I'm gonna ban you from Ghosty Game.
Oh, I want to play Ghosty Game though. I might play some after this match, by the way. So, please don't ban me from that.
Well, right now you're not banned yet.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about this upcoming game though, because I know that you were trying to pick something truly horrifying for the players, but it turned out they had played it.
Well, one of the players,
yeah,
all the long plays and everything. Okay, and for that particular game, right, that knowledge difference was definitely too much.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, what do we have?
Well, you know how you all thought, right? You know, because I haven't been giving it out recently, that there's no more of a particular series.
Yeah.
Well, too bad for you.
Yeah, guess what, everybody?
Wait, let's lead it in a little bit. What if said movie series had a game by one of the best Kuso6rande developers ever?
Okay, I like it. I like this. Yeah, it's not an Ocean game, right? It's a better company.
Game.
Wow.
It's a Fox game.
Well, yeah, it is.
So you know what came out this year, right? Titus made a RoboCop GBA prototype game in 2002.
Yeah, Corndan, I have this plot to reveal that it was Titus, like bam, like that. But that's okay. It's here. We've got Titus, the prototype RoboCop game. It was unearthed this year.
Yeah, like
what?
Or late last year, recently.
Okay.
Like seriously, like super recently.
Oh, jeez.
And I played it, and the game's actually fairly long. Like, even with perfect play, they're not going to finish this in an hour.
Okay, good.
But it's not very good. Now, this may be less of a nuke than the other game you're going to give out, but you know what? I wanted a chance to give out RoboCop at least one last time.
I'm really glad that you did. Yeah, you've played the other game that I could have possibly given out for the nuke, and actually got it working and everything.
For good reason.
Oh my gosh, Corndan, I'm not. No, let me give it.
That game is awful.
Okay, yes, it's awful, but it's so good. Yeah, eventually I will find a way to get my other nuke into a tournament one of these days. I've talked about it privately with GMs for probably years now, and we just haven't used it yet, but one day. Instead, we have the unearthed RoboCop prototype made by Titus, our favorite. Personally, they're one of my favorite developers because everything they touch turns to crap.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But with that said, it's usually very interesting crap. Do you think that this game ends up being on that spectrum of interesting?
Yeah, this is totally. So the way I've described this, right? Like, oh my god, you know what? We need you need to cut to their
Yeah, okay.
their
I've
games,
cut over to
right?
that.
Because,
Yeah.
like Poltergeist, for instance, right? The next time that we end up seeing the title screen, RoboCop has a transparent head. Because that's the sort of thing, like on this game. Like,
I mean, why wouldn't he have a transparent head?
like,
You know.
like lightning just like flashes through his face. It's wonderful. So everything about this game is just like one of those things. Like you walk slow, you jump fast. I have seen jumps.
Oh, gee. Okay, everybody.
Now wait for this.
Okay, I'm watching the buildings. Yeah! Oh my gosh, the buildings were appearing behind his head. I love it. That's perfect. Yeah, we have RoboCop up on the screen, everybody. Developed by Planet Interactive. Wait,
All right, I've seen them both go to hard.
who's Planet Interactive?
Oh,
Maybe a subsidiary of Titus the Fox? Yeah, be aware, everybody. There will be some flashing occasionally with the title screen. We already got some of it. If both screens flash, that could particularly be an issue. But yeah, everybody, who is going to win? The poll is up on Twitch. Go ahead and vote with your channel points if you would like to see if you just need that little bit of gambling in your life. Yeah. Oh, Corndan, you know what's exciting?
what?
Yeah, I got that one article about Softy Ink out yesterday. I just got approved for another article that
Nice.
hopefully will be getting out next Wednesday about Scunny.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like they're ready. You know, we should confirm, but it looks like they're ready to go. We're telling them they're playing on hard.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really exciting to me that I'm getting to write about like all of these various games that we've had on Kuso6rande. The website specifically is for PC games, and you are the PC game expert.
PC Invader.
Yeah.
PC Invader.
They've invaded my brain. Kind of scary. Not really that scary, but a reasonable amount of scary. Okay, Poltergeist appears to be ready to go. Shambles as well. So here we go. This is for 4th place in the tournament. Whoever loses is out. They take 4th. They have done a good job, but we will have to move on without them. And then the winner goes on to the losers final. We are doing the countdown right now, everybody, so get all of your RoboCop emotes together and spam those in chat. RoboCop, guns, cops, robots, foxes. Since it's Titus the Fox that made this, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I see movement, I will start our timer. Look at that face.
Look at that face.
Oh my gosh, she is so good.
Okay, so let's talk about this game, right? I have seen better jump animations in bootleg games. So the game is fairly like, you're probably better off jumping. It's faster, but you don't get a whole lot of forward movement, but it's still faster.
Okay.
But the best way I can describe this is if somebody took the original RoboCop game, the one for like Commodore 64 and stuff like that, right? And put it on a console like 4 generations later than what it should have been on, like that's basically what you get.
Gotcha. This is, yeah, that jump is a little bit janky. Now,
isn't it?
Actually, the death animations in this are really good. Holy crap for GBA.
Yeah, the music's the animations and stuff are pretty okay. But there's like a lot of little things, like your hitbox is like monstrous. Like you have to hit them on like damn near exact pixels.
Okay.
Also, that car will hurt you if you just like stand on it. Like before you bust it up, you have to bust up that car.
That's so dumb. But then again, there's a lot that I can forgive when it's a prototype rather than an actually released game.
Well, I mean, Titus has a reputation for having fairly complete-ish prototypes.
Yeah,
right.
As far as I've
the
seen,
the Superman PlayStation game.
Yeah, I've heard that actually has some really interesting ideas.
Like, so, but this game itself, like, it's not great. You know, does it go up to nuke status? You know, maybe like the game is just pretty awful.
I mean, yeah, I'm seeing that so far.
Right, but you know, you could probably play it.
Okay.
I just wanted to see RoboCop in here.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And honestly, I'd say that considering RoboCop 2 deals with nuke.
I mean, we're not gonna turn the kids into dope
dealers. Trambles just got to swing his gun around. So the biggest thing with this game, you know, right now the players are just trying to beat the first few stages and then make some more progress. And I'd say that stage 1 seemed relatively easy. Trambles getting pulled up by some magnet claw or something.
Yeah, I mean, the game is straightforward.
Yeah. How does the difficulty scale?
You know, I only played it on normal, so I couldn't tell you what hard is. I just gave them hard because why not?
Okay. What about throughout the levels? Do they get significantly harder as it goes on?
They do get harder. Right, but I mean, it follows the same sort of convention.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, the movement's probably the worst. The level design's not that great either in the same sort of respect.
Okay.
The jumps are not forgiving at all. Like, oh, you're 1 pixel off, like Polterghost right there. Right, you're 1 pixel off or whatever. Like, oops, you're falling. Too bad.
That's fun. Oh, I learned a little bit more about the company. So Titus appears to have been the planned publisher for this. Planet Interactive Development made the game. They also made other games like Ants for Game Boy Color, which I think has some of the most amazing music and some of the worst gameplay. They made Spyro the Robot Invasion. It appears for Game Boy Color as well, and I have not seen that. They made a Woody the Woodpecker game, a Gremlins game, Dracula Crazy Vampire, which we saw in the Gauntlet. Yeah.
Yup.
They've had their hands in quite a few Kuso6rande games.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, if this game controlled better, I think I'd kind of like it.
Yeah, it just seems like walking left and right takes so long. As you can see, the players are pretty much jumping the entire time.
Jumping is probably the fastest way to go.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately. Yeah, like 3 hams, you put it noted on the head. Like, the platform hitboxes, like where a platform really is awful. Like, platforms are basically pixel perfect. And if you're 1 pixel off, too bad.
Oh, no. That's not good. Oh no! Polterghost accidentally walked through the elevator. Better come back, elevator. Yeah.
And that's right at the boss.
That's hilarious. But, you know, both of the players are really close to each other right now. I just love that you're going to this construction site for some reason.
I want to know who put a wrecking crane, right? Like up at the top of like a construction building.
The worst place to have a wrecking ball.
It's just gonna fall off.
Well, yeah, and what are you gonna destroy? Everything that you would destroy is below it. Unless you're like building a building specifically to destroy like somebody else's building right next to it. I mean, that's also a like theory. One thing that I really like, by the way, is the art design in this. Like the various cars, they're toony, they're very detailed. I love them.
Yeah, like as I said, like so I kind of love this as a prototype and kind of in the sense of a Kuso6rande game. This game could have been good, it could have been interesting, but right? So far, we've had some fairly unique level design across the board.
Okay.
Like, even on hard, though, it doesn't appear right. I definitely died more than they did.
Okay.
So far.
I mean, this is Kuso6rande. They've made it very far in the tournament. Yeah. I'm glad
but the controls are bad. The hitboxes aren't that great.
Yeah. JC, I swear, I saw the initials JC written. JC Denton. Is this a Deus Ex crossover?
It could be.
Yeah. JC Penney. Okay, that's probably more likely. A JC Penney's crossover? Yeah, I would actually say that up until this point, this is one of the better RoboCop games I've seen.
Probably?
Yeah, it has its issues, and I have a feeling it's going to have more issues as time goes on, which is generally true for prototypes. Yay! Oh, okay, Shrambles onto an auto-scroller. Oh. With an almost nude picture in the background. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and RoboCop just loses all of his ammo, after every level.
There goes Shrambles into the pit. Only 2 continues. Wait. Do you only have 1 life per continue?
Yep.
Okay, I think actually that I don't know. So yeah, here's my thought about only having 1 continue or 1 life per continue. That is mean. But I think this is going to give us a little bit more gameplay. Perhaps there are a lot of reasons for games to have a limited number of continues. There have been plenty of cases where they just wanted to extend the life of the game. Considering that this was never released, that may have been one of the reasons that they added that in. Specifically, if people had the chance to play it, they might beat the early levels way too quickly. But one thing that I actually really love about having train auto-scrollers is the moving death pit that is constantly on the screen, because there are times where you're perfectly safe, you're not going to fall to your death, and then there are times that this pit exists that if you just get unfortunate with your jumps, you're going to go down into it. And I don't know, even for auto-scrollers, this one doesn't seem to overstay its welcome.
Also, the train the train car art is pretty cool.
I like it, yeah. Man, I wish I had a train and then somebody graffitied my train like that. What is this music? Okay, I'm not a big fan of this music. Let me turn it up.
I mean, it's a thing.
Oh yeah. But it seems like the melody doesn't fit at all with, is in a different key or something than the rest of the music.
Did the police station get taken over? Yes.
No, I mean, it's RoboCop. Come on. He's probably the only cop left alive in this universe.
Well, I mean, he is Jesus Christ.
I mean, that might be why we had the initials JC earlier, considering that RoboCop is Jesus allegory in some ways.
Oh no, it's actually been confirmed. Right? The director has explicitly said that the original RoboCop movie was a Jesus allegory.
I say in ways because Jesus did not get a gun after he came back.
But that's because guns didn't exist then. Jesus,
If
you
he's
know,
supposed to be
come on. I've seen pictures.
omnipotent,
I
he could
have
get
seen,
it gone.
I've seen pictures of American Jesus, right? He clearly would have had a gun if he were to come back.
American Jesus is a fascinating trope. One thing, like, we also talk about Mormon Jesus in my household because it's a very notable one, and he looks like the whitest guy in the 90s. Like, it's really strange. It's a very specific style that Mormons have for Jesus pictures. The whitest suburban 90s guy that you can imagine.
Not even, like, he's like, he's like Daryl, that guy, you know, right, that nobody ever really speaks to because he's got a weird mullet and he's just kind of weird, right? Lives in down the
smiles
part.
Too much.
Yeah, and he'll probably fix all your stuff for like $20.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but you don't really want to talk to him. You feel like something's off. But yeah, I love some of the art that various people have made. Usually unironically, but as soon as it reaches an audience outside of their intended audience, you can tell pretty easily that the art's a little ridiculous. But yeah, I'm not the intended audience for most JC art, I'll say.
Thank you, RoboCop.
RoboCop, he done it again. How long is this game, by the way?
Like, the current long play of it is like an hour 20 or something.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah, like as I said, we will not see the end of this. Like, even with perfect play, and they are doing a pretty good job.
They're doing great. Yeah, both of them are on the same stage, you know, a matter of about 20, maybe 10 to 20 seconds apart. And considering that Shramble started a little bit later,
way
possibly
behind,
because
yeah.
of stream delay, you know, it's essentially tied at this point. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say that somebody brought up the musical Jesus Christ Superstar, and I've heard people hype up the music, and I've listened to the whole thing, and there are like 2 good songs in it. That's about it.
One of which is entitled Jesus Christ Superstar.
Well, yeah. A Starlight Express had 1 good song in it, and it was Starlight Express. Guess what? There are 2 good songs in Evita. Andrew Lloyd Webber only made 2 musicals that had consistently good music. First, Phantom of the Opera. Second, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Those are all pretty much bangers. And
Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat is one of my very favorite musicals.
It's got really good music. Even though I'm like absolutely not religious these days, I can still highly acknowledge and say that that is a bopper. Seriously, every jam. Someone is pointing out that Starlight Express is responsible for more injuries than any other musical, and I could believe that, considering that the whole musical is performed on roller skates.
Is it Starlight Express or that Spider-Man Into the Dark or whatever? Right, because that injured a bunch of people too.
Possibly. I don't know. What are you... Justin's trying to sing a fake version of Starlight Express. Let me just say, though, Phantom of the Opera almost gets undone because he made a sequel to Phantom of the Opera that essentially is his own fan fiction of the Phantom trying to get back with Christine. And it takes place in Manhattan in a circus, and it's literally the worst thing that has ever happened to Phantom of the Opera, and it was Andrew Lloyd Webber's fault. Musical is called Love Never Dies. If you want to physically hurt because you love Phantom of the Opera and you just need to know how bad a sequel could get, you have to listen to it. Absolutely have to. Why would you make a fanfic of your own work? Asks Ubi. Well, the original Phantom of the Opera was based off of a book, loosely. And then Andrew Lloyd Webber was going to co-write.
So what you're saying is this musical is the Twilight of musicals.
It's like if Twilight were
started
a
off as
sequel.
fanfic.
If Twilight were a sequel to Bram Stoker's Dracula, then yes, I would say that. It's like
Joe Wolf, maybe I mean 50 Shades of Grey. I don't know. I don't read any of that.
It's like the attempted sequel to Forrest Gump, the book. And if anybody wants to go and read what was supposed to be in the sequel for Forrest Gump, I would recommend it because, oh, baby.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, Poltergeist has made some progress. Shramble's falling a little bit behind, but not too much. But yeah, now Poltergeist is into... Well, I think we could call this Chinatown, although I'm going to go ahead and say that we already
that's what
have
it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a little bit stereotyped at this point. Why are there ninjas in Chinatown?
That was fast.
Good job,
Look,
Shambles.
we have Chinatown at home.
We have Chinatown at home. Yeah. Yeah, Poltergeist is really taking advantage of this flamethrower, by the way. Very nice. Although, Corndan, that's probably the funniest thing I have heard, like, this month.
I mean...
That was good. Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying.
Like, unless that's a whole bunch of kanji up there, yeah, I have to say that's probably random Chinese words up there. Ugh. And ninjas.
I'm not certain that this game has put a whole lot of effort into authenticity here.
I mean, it wasn't released, so, you know, authenticity definitely wasn't the main priority here. But man, what was up with the 90s and early 2000s? Like, just, like, paying absolutely no attention to any sort of, like, if you got a Russia-based staged, maybe most of the things were somewhat Russia-related, but then they just crammed China and Japan and Korea all together into any of the action games. But yeah, and I would say that, like, Japan treated the various regions of the U.S. differently, so thank you so much, Japan. You did that really well.
Unfortunately, all the regions were basically New York.
Well, no, you had New York, you had Wild West, you had Vegas, and sometimes California. Doe Wolf is yelling at me. Doe Wolf, what did I say?
I mean, you probably deserved it, let's be honest. Also, I'm not convinced that, that hard difficulty is any harder than normal.
At this point, yeah, I don't know. There we go, Poltergeist. Just, like, you have so much health, at least early on. Oh yeah, there were usually sewer levels as well in any America-themed game, so those were accurate. The famous sewers. But yeah, now I'm wondering where we are. I kind of dig the music in this level. This is nice.
I mean, it's alright.
I mean, for being put out by Titus the Fox, I don't know if Titus had any games that like really had notably good music, but this is pretty okay. Oh, Wolf, you're sharing the map of the U.S. with us? Let me go ahead and take a look. I need to make sure that you are.
Yeah, I mean, that's legitimate.
Right. Oh my gosh. Okay. I like this. Bam. I need to put it up on stream for a second real quick, just so that y'all can see the map of the U.S. Wait, what the crap? Just a second. How do I do anything? I don't know. It's hard to brain right now with Corndan, okay? Very hard to brain, but that's okay. We'll get there.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you what, right?
Yeah.
Kind of wish this game got released.
I do
and
too.
Finished. Compared to the RoboCop game in the same time frame that got released for like Xbox.
Yeah.
I feel like
there's
right,
the US
that I'm
right
just,
there.
That I'm just so bad at games, right? That this is worse than I originally thought, or this is better than I originally thought, because I'm just bad.
Yeah. Well, no, Corndad, you're not too bad at games. It's just, yeah, I just love this map. Fantastic version of the US right there. And yeah, that's basically all of the locations that matter anyway. Carlsbad Cavern.
This may be one of the best RoboCop games we have put on the show.
And yet this is a new ground. But
well, that's because I'm an idiot.
No, Corndan. I think that, you know, we have a very, like, you never really know what you're going to be getting with the new ground. And simply put, I think the pain from All Dogs Go to Heaven can sort of be a rollover to today. You know,
all right, fine.
They're still suffering from that.
I at least am not making them mash buttons.
Oh, yeah, that was an unfortunate thing that I really forgot about. And the fact that it actually mattered a whole lot. Yeah, thank you for not making them mash the buttons.
Like, I mean, this is like a machine gun. You can just hold down the button. You don't even need, like, turbo here.
That's like, oh my gosh, RoboCop. You're so good.
I don't know where RoboCop, like, stores all this ammo, by the way.
I mean, he picks it up, puts it somewhere, maybe he eats it. Puts it in his mouth, swallows it, bam. Got bullets.
Oh, we might see our first death on Poltergeist side.
Poltergeist gets a death. Yeah, honestly, if either player gets a game over all the way, it'll be a huge setback.
But I mean, I figure, right? Both players are gonna go into this like, okay, well, if I'm dying, they must be too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I do think that if either of them gets a full game over fairly soon, they would be able to catch back up. Yeah, partly you do need to know where to go in the levels. As long as the players can remember where they need to go and which weapons are the best to pick up, then they should be able to get back.
The flamethrower is the best weapon to pick up, like.
Oh yeah,
hands down. Right, not even by a little bit. Like the flamethrower is.
Yeah, that
is by far the best.
That tends to be the case in games. If there's a flamethrower, either it's the worst weapon in the game or the best. And in this game, it's the best.
Well, did you see it take down the helicopter?
Yeah.
Right. The boss health for the helicopter did not even show up because Shrambles took it down that fast.
Yeah.
Like one hit from the thing, and it was done.
I love it. You know, when I think of like a side-scrolling action game, one of the biggest problems is when enemies are too much of a bullet sponge, you know? And luckily, this game, that doesn't really seem to be the case. You know, some enemies do take multiple shots, but again, if you don't have to mash in order to shoot, that's fantastic. You know, as long as you're hitting them and able to dodge the bullets that they shoot out, then great. Their bullets travel a little bit slower as well, so there is reasonable reaction time. And honestly, it's better to have... I would say maybe it's a bit of a problem if you have a boss that dies before it even appears on screen the first time you fight it. Like, maybe that's not the best design, but I'd rather have that than a huge slog, you know? So I'll go ahead and say that's one mark against this game. The bosses can be a little bit too weak.
Well, I mean, and then we get to this boss where nobody has put a dent on yet.
Yeah, how do you hit it?
No, no.
Ooh, Shrambles is almost dead. This is not good. Yeah, and unfortunately, dodging bullets, even like if you're able to, it's a little bit difficult. It might just be the guy behind the door that you're trying to kill, huh?
That's the approach Shrambles is taking.
I think that's probably the... Maybe.
And he's got 3 of them so far.
Yeah, it hasn't actually dealt damage to the boss, but... Oh, geez, shot in the foot! Oh! Yeah, this boss is a little bit more difficult, and I'd say if the camera could scroll a little bit more to the right, that would be a significant help. Instead of these Quickman lasers coming out. That's all they are, they're Quickman lasers. Like, I know what a Quickman laser looks like, and that's it.
Yeah?
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Hit the boss. Watch out, Shrambles, you're dead. 1 life
But
/ continue left.
But Shrambles knows what to do, and Polterghost doesn't.
True. Yeah, that is huge. And considering that Shrambles has dealt damage to the boss, that is a little bit of a lead.
That is progress.
Yes. Very nice. It's always exciting to see lead changes. Polterghost is getting fairly close to the boss, though, and look at that health bar that they have gathered, you know?
It's, yeah. Polterghost overall, I think, has done a better job with health management than Shrambles has. Shrambles has been more willing to basically base tank the bosses.
Yeah.
And Polterghost has definitely been more careful about that, which I think right now is the right way to go, you know, given what's going on.
True.
Also, Polterghost saving the flamethrower for this, probably a really good idea.
I think so, yeah. If you could manage to jump and shoot the enemies with the flamethrower, that would probably be a good idea. Although saving it for the main machine in the middle may also be a worthwhile endeavor.
Maybe.
Nah, we'll see. As long as you don't die in the process of killing these normal enemies. Okay, Polterghost saw shooting that machine works, and Polterghost moves back into the lead.
Oh, yeah.
Killing the boss. Very nice. As a reminder, everybody, if you have enjoyed Kuso6rande and you would like to join the next one that we do have submissions open. All you'd have to do, type ! submission. Is that it? Let me try.
I don't know where it is.
Let me try. Submissions. Submit? Nope, that's not it. Join. Apply.
Bro doesn't even know.
Oh my gosh, what is it? Okay, I'll go ahead and look into Nightbot. Where are you, Nightbot? Okay. Sign up. There we go, sign ups. Yes, sign ups. Exclamation point, sign ups. That will get you the link. There's so many different terms you can use. But I guess our term is sign ups. So go ahead, head over there and sign up. In general, we will be trying to move a little bit faster this next year, which means I may or may not be commentating every match. Probably it'll be a little bit more varied who is going to be in charge of what's happening, and group stages may happen a bit of a faster rate, but still expect to be around. It's not a high demand for the players, so, you know, a match once or twice a month until we're out of group stages is generally what you can expect.
I think I hear my kid. I will be right back.
Go, 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 go. Yeah, so feel free to sign up, everybody. Now we are in to more RoboCop GBA. Polterghost is one stage ahead of Shambles at this point. But that's not really too much of a lead. Signups. Yeah, feel free to do that. Okay. Actually, if you just go to our schedule, signups are listed there. Yeah. So the big thing is we've got 4 players left. After tonight, we are down to 3. Polterghost definitely has the lead at this point, and honestly, you know, looking at Polterghost's performance yesterday, it was fairly similar. You know, the 2 players were very close, but Polterghost was holding on to a lead. Not yesterday, the day before. It's just Polterghost was getting to some of the stages a little bit ahead of Shambles. That's happening again. Shambles, by the way, is not doing as well when it comes to health management. Look at Polterghost. Even though Polterghost, you know, only has 4 bits of health at this point, when they made it to the boss on Shambles stage, they were almost completely full of health. Then again, look at Shambles. Shambles just got a full health refill, or at least it looks like it was a relatively full one. Yeah. Now, Jade Strike X, you're saying that this is not a stage that you want to die on, huh? Well, I don't want to die on any of the stages.
True.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Do. Okay, well, Polterghost is on to the next boss, this Grenade Man.
Ooh, really, that's gonna be a tough one to die.
Polterghost is doing pretty well, but unfortunately is not... They do not have a lot of health left, and this boss has plenty of HP at this point. I think Polterghost was looking for the possibility of a safe place to stand, or trying to figure out where exactly to hit the boss in order to deal damage. Honestly, it just looks like boss is a bullet sponge.
Yep. You gotta shoot the boss like in the head or something.
Ah, okay. It looks like the foot, maybe, or the knee. Shoot his kneecaps. Yeah. Polterghost 2 hits, and that will be a death, and Shambles is now catching up, currently on the same stage that Polterghost is on. However, Shambles has a disadvantage, 1 less life than Polterghost. Remember, it's 3 lives and you're done, as far as I know. And there we go. With only 2 hits left, Poltergust manages to beat the boss and move on to the next stage, granting a full health refill. Ah, sewer stage. Of course you gotta have a sewer stage.
We talked about this. This is clearly, you know, some sort of imitation of Detroit, and what better one to have like a sewer that's like 500 feet tall.
Yeah, I wonder, do you think Detroit has sewers like these?
I mean, I don't know. I assume they have sewers.
Yeah, I never really like understood the idea of like sewers that like you could walk in. I guess I've always lived in small towns, you know? It just seems weird to have a giant underground water system that's just full of water nobody wants. But I guess, you know, it's gotta funnel all the water away from funnel the bad water away, you know? You gotta get rid of it somehow. It's just that's a lot of water. Chiron asks who fixes the sewers in Utah? Children? Well, I don't know. I've never looked into it. Okay, Shrambles. Looks like that is Shrambles' last continue. And Shrambles is currently on the stage behind Poltergust. This could be very difficult for Shrambles to catch back up, because if Shrambles does die, that's the end of that run, and I don't know if there's enough time to catch back up. There might be. As long as you jump a whole bunch, you know?
You might be able to get some from Score, too.
Oh, really?
Because Poltergust, right, had already, you know, used one. When they died, it still said they had 2 left.
Yeah, you're right. Interesting. Although I don't see a place for Score. Maybe there are points. I definitely see
I think
points.
if you pause, you can see the score.
Oh, okay. At least the developers knew nobody really cares about points. If you want to see them, go to this other screen. Whatever. There also is the possibility that this game, for some reason, doesn't have a working continue system, and you can just keep continuing all you want. It's a prototype. You know, you never really know what's going to happen. But yeah, I'd say that aside from, oh my gosh, I really feel bad for Shambles trying to do this platforming. The platforming is the worst part of the game.
It is the worst. Like, that was the sole reason, basically, I wanted this in. Like just playing this for like 2 minutes, like, when that little bitty platform, right, is a problem.
Yeah, but platforming seems to often be an issue when it comes to RoboCop games. I'm thinking RoboCop 3 for the Super Nintendo. How many times I died trying to jump on moving platforms is ridiculous. And I don't think there's a single RoboCop game out there that does platforming well, except maybe the NES prototype of RoboCop. I have to point out that, like, the best RoboCop is the NES prototype. Second best may be this Game Boy Advance prototype. No, Shrambles got a full game over, and it's gonna have to start from the beginning. You gotta hop. You gotta hop, Shrambles. Hop your way to victory. There may, like, yeah, the way that Shrambles is playing right now, super aggressive, and that is exactly what you have to do if you want any shot at winning this match. So huge props to Shrambles for, like,
we're gonna see the speed run of this game.
Are really relatively easy, honestly, or relatively fast. And considering that you have an excess of HP this early on, yeah, just go ahead, damage boost. Don't worry too much about getting hit. As long as you know where 1 or 2 of the healing items are, you're going to be fine.
Yep.
Here's the boss for Shrambles. This will go down super quickly. It's a school bus. With that said, Polterghost is out of the sewers and into the lizard
Whatever this
people
is, who
lair.
knows?
I'm not sure. The slime. Oh, this looks like Ghostbusters, honestly. Lots of green goo. Now, people do say that platforming is always going to be an issue when you have a character who's extremely heavy.
But he's also super strong.
Yeah, being super strong, especially if they put pistons in your legs. Can you, or hydraulics? If you have hydraulic legs, you can probably jump to the moon and back.
Also, I won't lie, I feel like that's really bad game design when, you know, you want to find one little thing to justify, like, your poor choice and stuff. RoboCop can't jump because you made a bad system?
No, that's
oh,
dumb.
well, he's just heavy. You know?
Yeah, I completely agree. If you intentionally design a game like for a character that's not really supposed to be able to jump and do stuff, then make it obvious. Don't make it look sloppy. That's the biggest thing, you know. Platformers should be fun to play, and you shouldn't be fighting against the physics unless you're Bennett Foddy. In which case, we know exactly why you put a guy in a pot who like has to climb a mountain using a hammer, because you're weird. And because you want to make people suffer, and because you made Quap, you know? That's the whole point. RoboCop, no, this game, the whole point is to go through various areas, shoot people. It's an action game, so, you know, don't use oh, but he's heavy as an excuse. But with that said, this game was never released, so I don't think they had to worry about even using that excuse.
But that would have been the excuse had this been released.
Possibly. They just needed to let RoboCop walk faster. I think that's the biggest thing. If RoboCop could walk like double his current speed, then that would be
that
fun.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, if somebody wanted to go and make a couple changes to this prototype, it would probably be the best RoboCop game in existence. Like, just change a few of the physics, maybe help the camera a little bit, and bam, best RoboCop game ever. Polterghost getting another game over. They have 2 shots at continuing and making more progress. Yeah. I'd say that one frustrating thing about a game like this for me, if I'm playing it, I know that no matter how well I do, I'm usually not, like, this is not the type of game that I tend to do well at.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that, like, if I got this game in a Kuso6rande match, I would probably be beaten by whoever. It doesn't really matter, you know? I'm just...
I definitely wouldn't.
You know, give me a weird game, or give me something that has puzzle elements, and I'm probably going to be doing...
You're still probably going to lose in Kuso6rande, but...
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, statistically speaking...
I won like half of my matches. One of them happened to be a dinosaur, which had about like 10 minutes of gameplay. But it was a slide puzzle.
To be fair, I actually won that one as the zombie.
You don't count, Corday. Zombies can never win. You're just trying to steal my victory, Cordan. I feel bad now.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, well, okay, good job. But yeah, like, if there's a slide puzzle and
I also
I'm
had
not
like
panicked,
4
I'm gonna
beers
do
watching
fine.
that. So not only did I beat you while intoxicated, because that was the only way I was getting through the rest of the game.
Oh my gosh, the cartoon was fantastic. Although, one movie that perhaps we should watch in the Kuso6rande Discord that people have been talking about a lot is this weird new Peter Pan movie. No, not Peter Pan, Pinocchio. This weird Pinocchio movie. I really don't know much about it. What? Wait, there are 3 Pinocchio movies?
One is geared.
Do they all have the same style and the same voice actors?
No.
Okay.
Different.
Okay, Justin is saying that within the last year or so, there have been 3 different Pinocchio movies, one by Guillermo del Toro. This year? Wow. No, I don't want. I don't want the good one. I want the weird cartoon one. Where
I'd watch a
sounds like,
Pinocchio.
it
I'd
sounds
watch
like
a
Tommy
Pinocchio movie
Wiseau.
directed by
Guillermo.
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, same here. But yeah, one of them sounds like. Yeah, Pauly Shore apparently does the voice of Pinocchio, and Pauly Shore sounds exactly like Tommy Wiseau in it, and I don't know why. But it is like every line that Pinocchio says just sounds like he is the most sarcastic butt in existence.
So he sounds like Pauly Shore.
Exactly. Well, I don't know what else Pauly Shore has done, but yes. Actually, yeah, I've got to. So, the movie there is Pinocchio, A True Story. Pauly Shore did the voice of Pinocchio for the English dub, I guess, if you want to call it the English dub. And I don't think I've ever seen anything else that Pauly Shore has been in, which is probably fine.
I bet you've seen something Pauly Shore has been in.
I don't know. I'm looking
Biosphere?
through the movie. I haven't seen Biosphere.
Or Biodome or whatever it is. In the Army Now.
Nope. Haven't seen Encino Man. Haven't seen Pauly Shore is Dead. Haven't seen Son-in-Law. Haven't seen. Let's see. What else is on this list? Stonerville. I haven't watched that. Cubed. No. Why Men Go Gay in L.A. Haven't seen that. Father of the Pride. Is that like... What? Is that... Oh, ew, sorry. That's a really crappy... No wonder. Pauly Shore only does crap.
You've never even seen a Goofy movie?
Okay, I've seen a Goofy movie. What does he do in a Goofy movie?
Robert Bobby Zimmerowski.
Does... No way.
Yeah. He's the leaning tower of Chizo.
Okay, but that's an extremely Goofy movie and not the original Goofy movie.
No, that's Goofy. That's a Goofy movie.
Or was it? Okay, extreme. Never mind. He did do Bobby Zimmerowski. Leaning Tower. Okay. I'll go ahead and say, yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah, I can hear him as Bobby in an extremely Goofy movie. By the way, it looks like Poltergeist got a game over. Is that right?
Yep.
So now both players are racing to try to get back to where they were. Trambles has the biggest chance of getting back.
To get back there.
Yeah, I don't know if Poltergeist has a chance of getting back there, but
Trambles also has a problem.
Yep.
Poltergeist made a lot of progress in that.
Yeah. And apparently what we need to do is see the slime boss and deal enough damage to the slime boss to pass Poltergeist. And that's
I don't think it's
quite a bit of work. I don't think it's going to happen either. But there may be a shot, you know. Never give up until the match is over. Yeah, and the thing, like, speedrunning this is definitely, you know, tanking damage and grabbing
where all the
every
health
health
bars are.
up. Yep, as soon as you get your health refill, depending on the refill, you know, you can take a lot of damage here. Shrambles being a little bit more careful towards the end of this stage. Understandably, Shrambles does not have a lot of health.
He doesn't have a lot of health left.
I think that this is the wise move. You know, he doesn't know how far Poltergust made it in the game, because that all you need to do is focus on beating your own personal best. And there goes the boss. Shrambles moving on. On to what we believe is Chinatown here, despite the ninjas.
It's Chinatown at home.
Yeah, it's like the Kroger brand Chinatown, you know? Okay, so I'll go ahead and say I have seen probably one thing that has Polyshore in it, and that's it. And maybe I should keep it that way. But no, I'm not going to. I'm going to watch Pinocchio. Yeah, chat pointed out that they wonder if there's any difference in difficulty. We are playing on hard.
Like a half an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know if hard. We don't even know if that was actually implemented. Let's be honest.
Yeah, considering it's a prototype, if it's not implemented, I can't even blame the devs, because this never got released, you know? So go ahead and have stuff that's not implemented, you know? It still is really important when it comes to video game preservation to see what various ideas people had.
Oh, yeah.
See some of the cartoony styles. Like, if I worked on the art assets for this game, I would have been pretty sad that it got canceled, because this looks so cool. And hopefully whoever did them ended up going on and doing art for other games, although there is a real chance that whoever did Metal Slug did graphics for this, or vice versa, or I don't completely know, you know, just because there are so many similarities in the visual styles between the two. JStrikeX wants to see me do an original drawing, only if you pay me. And then it's gonna suck.
I know of one he did for Arcade Pit.
Nope. Look, my Kirby on that episode was fantastic, okay?
The Kirby was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That Donkey Kong, though.
Yeah. Boom. I'd say that part of it depends on how much time I have. Isn't my Tom Nook icon drawn by me? Indeed, it is. See, Cornet, there's another thing that's somewhat fine.
All right, so you know what? I will give Shrambles a lot of credit. In like less than 20 minutes, Shrambles is back where he was.
That is awesome. Yeah, Shrambles. There's a reason Shrambles has made it this far into the tournament. I think today is going to be his last day, but he has been fighting this match to get back into it. And seriously, huge props. This has been very impressive. Yeah, I drew a Bubsy that was pretty good, Corndan. Like, the thing that bothered me the most was that, like, Bubsy was actually easy to draw. I'm like, how? How does this look good?
I mean, it's a t-shirt with a little bit of fur. Bam, Bubsy.
I drew his face. I'm not even sure I gave him a shirt. Wait, no, take that back. I'm not sure I drew anything other than his head. How about that, huh?
All I heard was you drew shirtless Bubsy.
I did not draw shirtless Bubsy. Absolutely did not.
I believe I'm still technically correct on this issue, which, as we all know from Futurama, is the best kind of correct.
I did not draw him with the six-pack. Napoleon Dynamite style, you know.
You did not draw him as a Liger?
Not just, I'm pretty sure Napoleon would have given him a lot of muscles. Shrambles fell through the elevator. This is killing me.
I know. This is gonna do it in, because Shrambles has been making a lot of progress, but
Polterghost is back to the weird music level. This has to be the worst music of the game right here. Just gotta say.
But all told, I'm actually kind of impressed. The music in this game is actually fairly decent.
Yeah, most of the music in this game,
Yeah.
fantastic. Oh, Shrambles, my heart. You are so cool, Shrambles, and I'm so sad that you're gonna be out of the tournament, but you know what? You gave it all you had. And luckily, even the people who are eliminated in the bracket do get consolation prizes, so it is not too shabby. Shrambles will be getting that. Oh, Shrambles with that full health refill. Very nice.
May help.
Codeman is pointing out something fairly interesting. Oh, there we go. Shrambles on to the next level. Managed to just plow through that boss. I'm not sure how. I don't think that was supposed to happen.
I think that was not intentional.
Well,
Like Shrambles literally just skipped that boss.
I like it. That's how you do it in Kuso6rande. Why fight when you can just skip?
But I mean, look at that. Like, Shrambles is basically right where they were at, right at like 40 minutes.
Yeah, this has been a huge amount of progress, or a huge... Shrambles remembered the previous levels very well and has learned how to play this game quickly. And that is extremely impressive.
Yeah, if we went for another hour, I might argue that this would change.
I think that it could possibly change, yeah. Polterghost, though, is catching back up pretty quickly, although they did take a death just now. Shrambles, you know, had been deathless in this round up until this level. So, I think that were this a 2-hour match, Shrambles could potentially take the win here. Yeah, the worst thing about this game is easily the platforming, and we saw that with Shrambles' death just now. But both players have died to the platforming. Just sort of how it goes when you're a RoboCop, you know?
It's true.
Well, here we are at the final 40 seconds, everybody. Go ahead and, well, I don't know how Shrambles died there, but I guess.
Like, that's just open water.
Yeah, where are you supposed to go there? Because the camera stopped scrolling. Well, everybody, go ahead and take a deep breath. You can go ahead and forget about the music we were listening to, because this is time. And that is the match. Wow. I love the Zangief image. That's pretty good. Woo, the spin. Yeah. Okay, it looks like both are in chat. Let me bring them in. Hello there, Polterghost. Hello there, Shrambles. And great job, both of you. Yeah.
I'm
What, Shrambles?
I did a boss skip.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Right towards the end. I don't know how, but good job.
I don't know if it mattered, but at least I have that.
You know, it
did
almost mattered. I feel like if you had another 10 minutes, you may have, maybe another 20 minutes, you may have passed Polterghost. But unfortunately, Polterghost made it to Slime Boss.
Oh my god, that boss.
That's the worst.
There's no safe zone. It hits you for like 6 points of damage.
Wow.
That boss is like the worst, yeah.
But yeah, Poltergeist, for making it that far, you took the victory today. Shrambles,
Yeah, baby.
like, that was really impressive, though, watching you start coming back towards the end there, because yeah, you got the
was
full
awesome to
game
watch.
over, and you're like, I just have to get back to where I was, and you did.
Yeah, I kind of wish I was playing like that the whole time,
Yeah,
but
what did you have to change up the second time?
well, I was taking it very cautiously the first time because I knew there was limited lives, so I didn't want to, die. But I got all the knowledge in that first run of where all the health pickups were, so I could make that, big run back that I almost did. But
Yeah, you almost got there. Yeah, that big run back, I think, both of you learned jumping is absolutely the way to go. Jump as much as possible, even in the areas that have a lot of enemies. And I feel like, were it a speedrun competition between you two, you picked up the speedrun strats very, very quickly. Poltergeist was getting them too as well, though. I think what was the biggest problem in this game? I have to ask. Poltergeist, what do you feel was the biggest problem for you?
God, that's a good question. Like everything mostly worked the way that you think it would, except the platforming.
Except the platforming. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the biggest problem with this prototype. But it was a prototype. I
And
can
that
kind
stupid
of
jump.
forgive it a little bit. Yeah. Shrambles, do you feel the same way? That the biggest problem for you?
yeah, I mean, I feel like all of my deaths were because of that one pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of the jumping, I think this actually is a really fun game.
Yeah.
It's probably, honestly, the best RoboCop game that we've had. And I knew it was still going to be a problem when we got farther into it, because, like, the slime boss and stuff, I had never gotten there, but I'd watched part of it. But it's still probably the best RoboCop game we've had on Kuso6rande.
Yeah, honestly, I would say that, it's fierce competition between this and the other RoboCop prototype for NES that also wasn't released. How is it that the unreleased RoboCop games are the best? That's what blows my mind.
Because you can't release good RoboCop games.
Yeah, they're
More
like,
effort means more money, which means more development time, which means it's not getting released. We need to put out junk.
oh my gosh. Yeah, there's so many bad ones. Honestly, I think that if somebody went and made a few changes to this ROM, fixed the physics of the jumping a little bit, and fixed like some of the platform detection, this would be like, people would love it. People would love this game. Boost his walk speed. Yeah, like double RoboCop's walk speed. Fix the jump. You've got a game that people would play in this day and age. Yeah. And it's a sad thing that this, like, ended up being a dead project. Honestly, I think that projects like this possibly get canned because my bet is that there was some issue with the licensing and they just couldn't wrap it up because of the licensing.
And you couldn't, like, turn RoboCop into Zangief or something like that.
I mean, I would play that.
This
I
is
know,
fun.
right?
Oh, yeah. So there we go. This is supposed to be the nuke round, and as it turns out, this is like Titus's kindest nuke that they could throw out there. But that's okay. We got you plenty more suffering when it came to All Dogs Go to Heaven earlier this week. And I'm glad that we did. So Shrambles, unfortunately, you are eliminated from the tournament this year. You have done an amazing job for making it into the bracket. It has been fantastic watching you. You took 4th out of everybody. And honestly, you should feel really good about yourself. Be sure to hit me up. I'm giving up to $40 of games on Steam for you, as well as the movie The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage, if you would so like that.
The real prize.
The real prize. Oh yeah. No, the real
I
prize are the enemies that we made along the way.
Any Nicolas Cage movie is clearly going to be a good movie.
Honestly, I like most Nick Cage movies. The Wicker Man I like for reasons that are different from most of the other movies, though. But I think it's hilarious. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, hit me up. Polterghost, you're moving on. You are in the final for the losers bracket. So we'll have to go ahead and talk to you and figure out a time to do that, whether it be this weekend or sometime next week. I am ready to wrap this tournament up. We are so close.
I'm gonna need at least the weekend to recover from the button mashing. Jesus.
That wasn't even today, though.
I mean, it was today.
Oh,
Like,
wait, there
I
was a lot of mashing?
There was
It was
matching for all of the
entirely
shots.
matching.
Wait, why? Was the gun not auto-fire?
No. Everything's
Cornhead.
semi-auto in this game.
You told me that it was auto.
The pistol's not auto fire, but when you get to like the rifle, I'm pretty sure it is.
No.
Well, that's not.
I matched my whole way through that.
Oh my gosh. By the way, for the next tournament for sure, we are explicitly allowing turbo
Auto fire, yeah.
for people to have that enabled. I would say that for next tournament for sure, we are allowing we are allowing a tournament to happen for the next one. Auto
Or
turbo.
something.
Yeah, that thing. So be aware of that. Hopefully that will save a few people. But yeah, go ahead. Go and rest, Polterghost. Trambles, you can go ahead and take a break too. Although first, I need to find out what are your last words that you want on your tombstone.
Bury me with my ice cream.
Ooh, ice cream.
Was it at least good ice cream?
Yes, it's always good ice cream.
What kind did you get today?
I got malt cookie dough.
Malt cookie dough. I love malts. Cookie dough's okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's called dat malt dough is what the flavor was called.
I love that. Kind of. I kind of hate it too, you know? It's a love-hate relationship between me and that name of cookie dough ice cream. All right, well, we'll go ahead and say goodbye to you, Trambles, Polterghost, and Corndan. I think I'm going to do a little Phasmophobia before ending the stream today. So, hop on over there. Bam! Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy your weekend.